I met Abbie Hoffman when I was 17 years old. I was a member of the Black Panther Party, a leader of the Harlem chapter. I was arrested as the youngest member of the New York Panther 21. We were facing 350 years in prison. Our bails were set at $100,000. And Abbie Hoffman used the royalties from his books to help bail us out of prison. A few weeks after I was out of prison, there was a rally at Wall Street protesting the war in Vietnam. Abbie was one of the speakers. The Rainbow Coalition was there. And I had a chance to thank him for helping to get me out of prison. And he just smiled and gave me a big hug and said, "Let's make revolution." And I followed Abbie's work in terms of how he brought people together, using guerrilla theater, knowing how to use the media, knowing how to create events that thousands and tens of thousands of people would come to in order to talk about the war, to talk about racism, to talk about poverty and class struggle, how to talk about climate change and to save our planet, and was always with this genius sense of creativity, of combining art and activism and the spirit of fun. And I was greatly influenced by that kind of irreverence, by that use of humor, so that in those rallies you were getting people excited, but you were getting people laughing and loving and leaving with the understanding of the possibility of change and the power of people to bring about that change. I've gone on to be a filmmaker, poet, a composer. I'm a professor of film at Columbia University, where I've taught for the last 27 years. I was the first African American to be chair of the graduate film program at Columbia University. I've won awards for my work in film and theater, including nominations for an Oscar, an Emmy, and a Grammy. We're in a time where people are feeling overwhelmed. Almost every conversation I have, people are talking about how bad things are and how hopeless they look. Well, things looked pretty bad and hopeless in the 60s. But there were people like Abbie Hoffman, especially Abbie Hoffman, that knew how to laugh at the emperor and knew how to organize in a way that was energized and full of love and fun in the face of the empire. I want people to know that we can do that too, that we can look inside of ourselves and find that hope and that joy and that audacity, that people can wake up feeling hopeful, feeling joyful, and fight that fight, whatever that fight may be. That spirit, that inspiration of Abbie Hoffman, in terms of that defiance of knowing how to bring voice to the voiceless, attention of the world onto issues that were important. We need that spirit and those lessons from his life. And when I think about Abbie's work as an artist and an activist, I think this needs examination and celebration. And our greatest weapons are the things that Abbie did throughout his life and that he lived by. Bring people together from all backgrounds, focus on the issues, be brave while you're doing it, be uplifted while you're doing it, laugh, have fun, change the world.